गोवर्धने गिरौ सदा राधाकुन्दे रसानन्दे तत्तत् सेवप्रदायकम् गुरुं नारायणक्यं तं वन्दे विनोदपुस्तकं यत्पादस्मृतिमात्रेण दामोदरप्रसिद्धम् नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्तारिणे नमो महावरण्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरक्षसे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधाकांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरवी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि वृंदाये तुलसीदाय प्यारे केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवत्रै नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय स्वामी रूपाल की जय समस्त रूपानुगुण गुरुवर्ग की जय सपार्षद गौर हरि की जय गौनितानंद प्रभु की जय राधर मंजू की जय आनंद कृष्णा वृंद की जय समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय बोलताय गौर प्रमाण हरे कृष्णा Dandavad pranams, dear devotees, dear friends. I feel very fortunate to be here with you all. I feel very fortunate to be alive in this time. It's a very special time. Dhanya Kali Juge Chaitanya Avataro Chaitanya Avataro Dhanya Kali, this very fortunate time that we are in. People would say, fortunate time? There are problems everywhere, there are suffering, there are calamities. But our great acharyas, our great teachers described that this age actually is very glorious. Dhanya, very glorious. But why? Chaitanya Avatar. Because of the most merciful incarnation, the Lord Shri Krishna, the self-same Lord, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda Prabhu. What is so fortunate? What is so glorious about these personalities? We'll hear in brief. Shri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhanam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In every age, the Lord appears. In every age. So every age is glorious because of his appearance. So what is special about Dhanya Kali? Dharma samsthapanarthaya, to establish dharma. Krishna appears in many incarnations. Lord Ram appears, Shri Buddha appears, Matsya Kurma Varaha, Narasimha appears. But Dhanya Kali Jugira Chaitanya Avatar. What is the speciality of Lord Chaitanya? Our Srila Rupa Goswami Pad describes his appearance. Anarpita charim chirat karunaya vatirna kalau samarpayitumulatujula rasam svabhakti shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Diti Kadam Vasanti Pita Sada Hridaya Kandare Smrituva Sachinandana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and this dharma he established is called Prem Dharma. The highest dharma. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I established dharma in every age. But what is dharma? There are many levels of dharma. Sanatana dharma means the path of spiritual life ultimately is one that is eternal, Sanatana. But it has many levels. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, what is Karma Yoga? What is Niskama Karma Yoga? What is Jnana Yoga? What is Astanga Yoga? What is Bhakti Yoga? And within Bhakti Yoga, we look through the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is there? Before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come to give? Bhakti was present. Vaishnava Sampradaya bestowed Bhakti. But what is Bhakti Ras? And within Bhakti Ras, if we look at the teachings of Rupa Goswami, the 6 Goswamis, and then our acharyas in our line, what is that special gift they are offering that makes this Dhanya Kali very glorious, this time very special? So therefore Krishna also says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. How can we understand this? In one chapter, Krishna says, I come in every age to establish Dharma. Proper way of life. Not just for the body, for the Atma, for the soul. What is Atma Dharma? What is the Dharma or the true nature and the purpose of the soul? And then in the later chapter, Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, give up all these dharmas. So spiritual life is, therefore, some people say, oh, it's too confusing. That's why, Pratamam Guru Padashraya. Take shelter of spiritual guide who can help you understand what is appropriate for you, for your spiritual journey. Spiritual life is according to the nature of you as an Atma, as a self, person, Jiva. So Krishna says, Dharma samstajya. Give up all dharma. Mam bhajet sacha uttama. And develop love for me. That is considered the highest. So of all dharmas, sarva dharman prityaja is also one dharma. Dharma ko chhod de ek dharma. Sarva dharman prityaja. What is that? In Srimad Bhagavatam it's described. Pati sutanvaya bhratri bandhavan ati vilangyate anta chutagata gati vidastavo gita mohita kivata yoshita kida. The Brajagopi is described to Krishna. We gave up everything for you. We followed your instructions. How can you reject us? Krishna said, Yeyatamang prabhadyante tamstadaiva bhajamyaham. As you surrender to me, I reciprocate. So we are following this. Dharma samtyajya mam bhajet sacha uttama. The highest dharma is to develop love of God. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came establishing the process. He said, Apani achari kailo sikane na jai. Unless I myself show how to develop this love of God, then people will become lost in the weeds of all the different rungs of dharma. We are not saying they are not dharma. Krishna says, Gita, karma yoga is dharma. Jnana yoga, niskama karma yoga, ashtanga yoga. This is all part of the staircase of dharma. But what is the platform that we are aspiring to achieve on top of all these processes? That is called Prema. The true dharma of the soul is Prema, divine love. Not material love. What is divine love? What describes? Self-realization means realization of your relationship with Sri Krishna. That means the Supreme Absolute Truth. What is your relationship with the Supreme? That is dharma. Highest dharma. Otherwise, Bhagavatam says what? Dharma shanustita pumsa vishvakshena katasya nodpadiya didirtim shrama eva hi kevalam. Bhagavatam, our great scripture, says all of your efforts for dharma are actually useless if you do not develop love of God. And how do you develop that love? This is the process. So Mahaprabhu came to establish that. Prem. That highest dharma. According to your Atma, what is your relationship with God? That means it's not according to others. You don't have to say, oh, my brother has what's relationship. What is your relationship? That is according to your nature as an Atma, soul. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Shatya Karuna Ishravanadi Shuddha Chitta Kori. That prem is eternal. As our Guru Varga teaches us, Swami Prabhupada, our Gurudev, he teaches that prem is eternal. Sanatan Dharma means eternal Dharma. So what is the most eternal of all eternal things? Worldly religion. If it's temporary, then that's not Sanatan. Bodily Dharma is temporary. Pertains to this temporary material body. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Nasta vidyate bhavana bhava vidyate sata. Your body is temporary. This world is temporary. All these things are temporary. How is that Atma Dharma? Beginning of Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, what is Atma Dharma? The soul. And what is related to the soul? Your relationship with Krishna. That's why self-realization isn't a process on your own. It's requiring relationships. Means two entities. Spiritual life, I will achieve realization, I am God. This is called Mayavad. Means the philosophy of illusion. The philosophy of madness. How can I be God? If I am God, then everyone is God, and the whole world is competing to who will be the biggest God. Who will enjoy the most, and everyone else will be in my service. But this is not Atma Dharma. Sambandha means, relationship means, what is my relationship with the absolute truth? I am small. I am limited. But God is unlimited. Everything that manifests from God's creation, that is His eternal potency. It's unlimited. But my nature as a soul, what is that? Jivara Surup Hoy Krishna Nitya Das, Krishna Tatashta Shakti Veda Ved Prakash. I am not God. But I am from His potency. Therefore, I am also Abed, not different from Him. Why? If you become very close to them. This is the hidden meaning of Bed Abed. You are not Abed, non-different from God. We say two things are there. I am different from God, and I am not different from God. This means love. Prayer is that potency. Love is that potency that makes you one with and different with another entity. You can understand? What is marriage? Marriage means two people come together as one. Veda Ved. TK Prabhu. Prem is that force, that energy, that potency that makes you one with and yet different from someone. If you're not different, how do you have any experience? And if you're not one, how do you have any relationship? One means in the relationship of love, the other person's needs become your needs. Their wants become your wants. Your desire, the principle of love, is that what? Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dharit Premanam. The function of prem or love is that, oh, I wish to please my beloved, I wish to serve my beloved. And therefore the consciousness is absorbed in your object of love, my beloved, that this consciousness becomes infused with bhakti ras, through the descent of the mercy of the associates of Krishna, and then your consciousness is always absorbed in the object of your love. Therefore this consciousness is higher than matter, this consciousness becomes one with its objects of worship through devotion. Then it becomes Veda Ved Prakash, through prem only. Therefore, Bhagavad Puran, the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Kaivalyekya Prayojnam. The goal of ultimate connection with the absolute truth is only possible through prem. And the goal is not to become one. The goal is to develop that sense of prem, by which your consciousness, the Atma, consciousness is always projecting, looking at something, thinking of something. So we can think about this in our lives. How can we absorb our consciousness in the Supreme Lord Krishna? That is Krishna consciousness. Then our consciousness becomes focused on its ultimate source of beauty, bliss, everything, and then Yatma Suprasiddhati. Then we become satisfied. Then we become happy. This is Dharma. So Mahaprabhu says what? Prema Dharma Vina Vyarta Daridra Jivan Das Kuriveta Namore Deha Prema Dhan. Without this wealth of prem, this prem dharma, then what is my life? Meaningless. Dharma sanustita pungsa vishvakshena katasya notpadiyat vididhatrim shrama eva hi kevalam. Only useless labor. Beating husk of grain, shreya shritin bhakti madasya deva bhaktishanti kevala, both are over there. Said you take some grain and you remove all the grains, and then you're beating it day and night trying to get grain. The grain's already lost. So the purpose of dharma is to develop love of God. How do we develop that love of God? Therefore we follow Mahaprabhu. But first we should understand that glorious age is there because who is that Prem Avatar, Prem Purushottam? That is Sachinanda and Gaur Hari. That's how you can see Beda Ved Prakash. If you want to develop prem, which means relationship with God, which means to become one with and different. Now it's only conceptual. I am one with God, I am not different also. I am Beda Ved Prakash. That is our Siddhanta. Our essential teachings, we are Beda Ved Prakash. Simultaneously one with and different manifestation of the energy of the Supreme Lord. Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada said, we are potency, not substance, not subject. We are the potency of the Lord. So as potency, as the energy of the Lord, our purpose, our inherent nature is to develop that relationship of love with the absolute truth. That is called prem, divine love. That's why one jiva with another jiva, there's no prem. There's only kam. Because we cannot satisfy each other. Our relationship is with the absolute truth, our eternal, essential nature. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if we want to achieve that, we have to first understand its value. What is that we are aspiring for? Therefore, in Chaitanya Charitamrita it says, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Vancha, Adisha. Materialistic religion is only cheating. Materialistic religion, economic development, all these things, what? Agyan, Tamira, Naam, Kahiya, Kaitava, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Vancha, Adisha. This is all agyan, ignorance. Covering the material, covering the living entity with the material energy. Maya. I will do this. I will be religious. I will become a priest. I will be worshipped. I will be guru. No. My essential nature is I am das and the das and the das and the das. Guru is das and the das and the das, and they teach disciple to be das and the das and the das. If Guru is in the Guru consciousness, then they want everyone to be Guru consciousness like them. We teach, how can I become Tadbritya Britya Paricharaka Britya Britya Britasiti Mam Smaralokanata, servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. And then Prem Dhana Vina Vyarta Divan Das Purivetan Mode Deha Premadam. Then that wealth of prem, that wealth of divine love becomes my property. It is given. How is it given? How do we develop that prem? Abhada karuna sindhu katiyam muhana gare gare bhule prema mi arabana. How do I achieve love? You don't. Everyone wants to achieve. We will become successful in spiritual life by climbing up the ladder, corporate ladder of spiritual life. And then we will achieve the position of becoming a great person, Mahatma. And everyone will worship us, and we will be full of love, and we will give love to everyone. No. You can't achieve. We're in that achievement consciousness. What does the Goswamis teach? Nitya Siddha Krishna. Sadhya Kavuna, you cannot achieve it. You can receive it. So we have to go from an achieving mentality to a receiving mentality. How do we receive? We cannot. Someone wants to give you a gift, you cannot demand it from them. Nilamaya Prabhu, give me a gift. Just right now. You don't have to. It's not a gift if I'm demanding or if I'm forcing. I may demand, but if you don't want to give, you don't have to give. Then it's not a gift. So that gift, Swabhakti Shriyam, Unata Ujjvala Rasva Bhakti, that gift that Mahaprabhu came to give, you cannot take it by force. It's not ours. But we're very lucky. Because we don't have to take it by force. We don't even have to try to take it. I was listening to Katha the other day. We were hearing these glories of our acharyas. No one went to Vrindavan and said, oh dear Srila Swami Prabhupada, please come to the West and give us your mercy. Anyone came from Manhattan to India and asked him to come? Yes? We did not go on the Jaladuta and ask Prabhupada to come. Prabhupada came on the Jaladuta and gave us what we needed, even though we didn't know it. Gave us what we didn't even know we were looking for. So this is the beauty of this age, Dhanya Kali. We cannot achieve it. We cannot even receive it by our efforts, but that's okay. Because Lord Nityananda, Abhada Karuna Sindhu Katiya Mohan, Gare Gule Gule Prem Ami Araban. He goes door to door. He's a door salesman, but he's not selling anything. He's just giving love, giving love, giving love. Nityananda Prabhu says, Yateshtame Prata Guru Hari Hari Dhanam. Lord Nityananda goes door to door. Who is that going door to door? Our Guru Varga. Nityananda Prabhu, his time goes. But his Samasti Guru, all the gurus in one, Lord Nityananda, Baladev, then Vyasti Guru, all our gurus come. They are expansions of Lord Nityananda and they knock door to door, knock, knock. That's why Bhakta Bandhav Prabhupada's line, he says, go door to door. Would you like love of God? Okay. What's it mean? How? Simple. You want love of God? And people say, what is the way? What is the way? Kali Yuga Kevala Nam Adhara. Kali Yuga Kevala Nam Adhara. Without Harinam is the foundation. Harinam is the building. Harinam is the substance within. Everything. Satchidananda. If you want to achieve that Satchidananda, Harinam Kevala Nam Adhara. Only Nam. This age, Nam is everything. Holy name, within that, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Statrapita Nyamita Swaranena Kala Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamati Durdhai Vamindrishami Ajanina. Alas, I have no taste for chanting the holy name. I want to do Dharma Samsthan. I want to go everywhere and establish Dharma, but I myself won't practice anything. No Harinam. Mahaprabhu said, Dharma Samsthan Mangajet. Develop love of God. How? Harinam. Therefore, Mahaprabhu said, Harinam, Harinam, Harinam eva kevalam, kalonasteva, nasteva, nasteva, gatiranyata. When all your material efforts are exhausted, you try your best to achieve everything. Eventually, you come to material exhaustion. Then you can approach God. As long as we are trying to achieve everything by our own strength, we cannot achieve God. We cannot receive His love. Therefore, it says, Sastra, Tvama Kinchana Gocharam. Krishna is easily approached with those who are materially exhausted. Tasman Guru Prabhatit. Then Guru says, Harinam Guru. Harinam Korosar. Harinam is the essence. So Mahaprabhu, Nityananda goes door to door and says, what? Ek bar dhekle choke jal, gor bhole nitai dhena shokale shambal. Nityananda says, if once you chant the name Gaur Hari, bolo Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari bolo, Gaur Hari bolo, Gaur Hari bolo, then Nityananda says, I give you all strength. Nayamatma Palahinena love you. Without strength, you cannot approach, you cannot understand, you cannot receive this love. Without strength, Priti, Nityananda says, I will give you all strength. Just one time chant Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari. Therefore, our Swami Prabhupada said what? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. You must chant this. This is Panchatattva. This is, if you chant Panchatattva, then you understand what is Mahamantra. Our Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Who is Mahamantra? Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Vinatvam Nama Namana. That Nam, holy name is none other than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When we chant Hare Krishna, who is Nam Avatar? Mahaprabhu. We are not jumping and meditating on Radha Krishna. Gaura Prema Rasarnave Se Tarange Jivaduve Se Radha Madhava Andaranga. We are not Krishna, we are Gaudiya. There's a difference. We are followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are Gaudiyas. That means for us, Mahamantra is Mahaprabhu. So we chant Hare Krishna and we meditate on Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, we meditate on Mahaprabhu. Krishna Krishna, we meditate on Mahaprabhu. Hare Hare, we meditate on Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama Mahaprabhu. Rama Rama Mahaprabhu. Hare Hare Mahaprabhu. Then we take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has made this Dhanya Kali Yuga that Chaitanya Avatar. Without Mahaprabhu, there is no Dhanya Kali Yuga. We are Gaudiya means we do Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are not Krishna Bhakta Vrinda. We are not Radha Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. What does that mean? All together, all devotees, we are Gaur Bhaktas. Followers in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda. Then by their mercy, when they bestow this Anurag to us, divine love, then we can understand who is Radha Krishna. What is Radha Krishna? What is my relation with Radha Krishna? First, we develop sambandha with Gaudhani. Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki. Then we can understand Jai Gaur Se Krishna. That Gaur, oh, he is Krishna. You meditate on Gaur, chant Mahamantra, meditate on Gaur, 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 Gaur. Automatically this becomes Krishna, 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 Krishna. But what is Mahaprabhu's mood? Mahaprabhu says, Bolo Harinam, Krishna Nam. Krishna Nam Japa. So we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. To be Gaudiya, to be followers of Mahaprabhu, we please the heart of Mahaprabhu. How do we please Mahaprabhu? We worship Radha Krishna. We worship Radha Krishna. Why? Because this is the desire of Mahaprabhu, the desire of our Guru Varga. But our nature, our desire is to be present in that Sankirtan Ras. So that's why here on our festival, our Keturi Kirtan, we are trying to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his desire, by performing Nam Sankirtan. Nam Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nam Sankirtanam Yasya, by Nam Sankirtan. What is Nam Sankirtan? Sitting alone, hiding somewhere, this is not Nam Sankirtan, chanting. It's japa. But in Kali Yuga, Kevala Nam Adhara, we must perform Nam Sankirtan. What does it say, Mahaprabhu, in the end of the first verse of Sri Shastra? Kalotan Harish Sankirtanat. This is the Sastra. We must perform Nam Sankirtan. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. So this festival is here so that all Gaur Bhaktas, devotees of Mahaprabhu, we can come together in this family of Sri Chaitanya and serve and surrender and hear and perform Nam Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu said, Nirantar Koro Nam Sankirtan Ar Koro Vaishnav Sevan Dui Kare Shigra Bhave Shri Krishna Charan. Following the desire of Mahaprabhu to serve the lotus feet of Shri Krishna, we must perform two activities, very simple. Spiritual life is simple. Bhakti Yoga is simple. Why? Two things you can achieve all perfection. Two things. Very easy. We don't have to give 1,008 angas. 2 angas, 2 limbs. Nirantar Koro Nam Sankirtan. Perform Nam Sankirtan continuously. That means, continuously means every day. Sometime in the morning, sometime afternoon, a little bit, evening, as much as you can. You can be Haridas Thakur the best. 3 lakh Harinam every day. And the rest of the time Sankirtan. 12 hours Harinam, 12 hours Sankirtan. Okay, no problem, you can sleep for 2 dandas, 3 dandas, like Rasikananda Swami. 1 hour, 48 minutes, sleeping, no problem. Rest of the time, Japa, Nam Kirtan, and what else? Bhagata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Karamula Shuddha Bhakata Charanarenu Bhajanayanu Bhakti Thakur says, Shuddha Bhakata Charanarenu. You must take shelter of Shuddha Bhaktas, great devotees, those who have this love. It means at least Madhyam, Uttam, Vaishnavas, take shelter. Shuddha Bhakta Charanarenu. Then the dust of the lotus feet, Bhakta Paraduli, Bhakta Parajal, Bhakta Bhuktavashesh, Tin Sadhana Rabal, you get great strength in spiritual life by taking shelter of these Vaishnavas, and Bhakata Seva, serving devotees. We serve devotees, take shelter of the devotees, hear from the devotees, and perform Nam Sankirtan. Very easy. When you develop this tendency, then everything else comes automatically. Then everything comes. Then program, kirtan, pravachan, preaching, Tulsi Devi, Ekadashi, everything comes. But if you don't do Nam Sankirtan, Bhakta Seva, you have no strength to do any of the limbs of Bhakti. No Pada Seva, Marchana Bandhana, Dasam Sakyamat Vedam, and 64 angas of Bhakti. First, Nam Sankirtan and Bhakta Seva, and everything comes together. So that's why these festivals, we are ourselves so honored, so lucky in our ashram to have the chance to serve the devotees, welcome the devotees. Our purpose here as ashramvasis is to serve the devotees. Real service means we should have friendship. Otherwise, service without friendship has some motive. Service with friendship has no motive. Our life, we are simply overjoyed to have the opportunity to serve Krishna's devotees, or Mahaprabhu's devotees. That is our intention. Krishna says, you are not my devotee unless you are the devotee of my devotee's devotee. Unless you are the devotee of my devotee's devotees, then we are not his devotees. So our life, Bhakta Seva, Nam Sankirtan, then Harinam, everything, Archan, Vandanam, everything becomes infused with this energy of Mahaprabhu, Prem Nam Sankirtan. So we're very lucky to be here, we're very honored to be here. We're taking shelter of our Guru Pada Padma and our Swami Prabhupada, our Guru Varga, praying for their mercy. And we're so lucky. If we don't have devotees together, then how do we serve devotees? In Bengal, they have one saying, Ami Vaishnav, Tvi Vaishnav, Art Vaishnav, Hare, Tin Vaishnav, Takte, Katal, Kave, Bhare. There is one Prabhu. Ami Vaishnav, Tui Vaishnav, Ar Vaishnav, Hari. Tin Vaishnav, Thakte, Katal Kave Pare. I am a Vaishnav, my wife is a Vaishnav, my child is a Vaishnav. Bhakta Seva is only serving my family. This is Bhakta Seva. But yes, this is true. But what about the big family? What about the community? What about the family of devotees? The great spiritual family. So Mahaprabhu is expanding our consciousness. Understand all the devotees. So in these festivals we have chance to serve Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, Bhaktas, all the family of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we're praying, and we're always life after life praying for that opportunity. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, all our acharyas sing, anyhow, Kita Janma Ho, Jadatu Etas. May I be even a worm, but may I be near your devotees. I simply want to be in that association. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastri Koi. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoi. Two things, like I said, Nirantar Kar Naam Sankirtan, Vaishnav Seva. We need Naam Seva and Vaishnav Seva. So in festivals like this, we have this chance. Sadhu Sangha, Harinam. A Matra Chahe. These two things, this is our aspiration, this is our prayer. So in this age, by this taking shelter of Harinam, our Guru Varga established the glories of Harinam. By chanting Harinam continuously in the association of devotees, serving devotees, then that Prem Latikara Mula, that creeper of Prem begins to grow, grow. That fruit of Prem will ripen, and as the Sridhar Chakravarti describes, it will drop below. You will be able to relish that, and then we can understand the real glories of Mahaprabhu. What does he come to give? Mahaprabhu said, Prem Ras Kavyas Kurite Swadan Rag Marga Bhakti Loke Kurite Pracharan. What is that desire that he came? What did he come to bestow? Therefore he gave this Prem Naam Sankirtan. So we're very lucky now in the mornings. We have our morning Mangal Arati, 5 a.m. There's some time for Japa. Then we have morning class, 7 to 8. Then after breakfast we'll start Naam Kirtan, some bhajan, but mostly this festival Naam Kirtan, some bhajans. And then evening time from 5 p.m. If people can come, we have Mangalacharya at 4:30, 1-2 bhajans, then little class, 20-30 minutes class, and then Naam Kirtan. So we'll have some nice Kirtan now. And thank you all for coming. If you have any questions, anything you need, you can come to any of our ashram devotees, and we'll have more announcements as the program goes along. But please, thank you for giving us this opportunity to do some Vaishnava Seva, and please take advantage by coming together and serving Harinam. This is our festival. We have plenty of time for everything else in life, but this festival is for Harinam Seva and Vaishnava Seva. Panchakalpatru Visuddhipasindhiricha Pritananga Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. So here's some Mahamantra Kirtan. Haribo. Haribo. Layam Sankirtan ki jai. Gaur Hari ki jai. Maharaj ki jai. Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Pramanand ki jai.